Alright guys, Madness 80, I am back. I have been enjoying the F out of Borderlands 3, Gears 5, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. So much good stuff right now, and it's only going to get better. Luigi's Mansion, Doom Eternal. At least these are games I'm looking forward to. It just kept me away from toys. It has, believe it or not, kept me away from toys, but here we are. Star Wars Black Series, the latest wave, Triple Force Friday edition. Representing Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and Jedi Fallen Order. Movies, TV, and video games, all here represented in action figure form, looking awesome. This wave, except the two troopers, is fantastic. Yes, even Kylo, I think, is a worthy addition. We'll get into him soon. But, yeah, I mean, I'm stoked to be back, stoked to be doing this again. Let's dive in. Let's get these troopers out of the way because there's not much that needs to be said. All right, first seen at San Diego Comic-Con 2019, the Sith Trooper was a convention exclusive briefly. What's exclusive now are two different weapons and the box it came in. Can you guess which one is from Comic-Con? Probably not, but the one on the right is from Comic-Con. The one on the left, regular pack-in, regular retail. I think he's available now. I think you can get him now on Amazon. I haven't gotten any more other than the two I got from my buddies at Comic-Con. But yeah, let me show you what's different accessory-wise. All right, so these are the weapons that do not come with the Sith Trooper. So they look like the heavy-duty weapons, whatever this may be. And this heavy, am I holding it right? Regardless, you're not getting these, and I don't know where they're going to come from. Maybe there's a deluxe Sith Trooper down the line. Also, I apologize if the lighting quality changed. I literally had to stop making this video last night because neighbors were just partying and just the music was picking up. Anyway, Sith Trooper, pick them up, army build. Finally, the other trooper in this set is the First Order Stormtrooper with elbow improvements. So we've seen that, I believe, first on Commander Pyre. I could be wrong, but we'll do comparison now if you can hear me grabbing his figure from off camera. But here on the left is the original mold for the First Order Stormtrooper. So I'm glad they fixed the elbows, but why he came with these accessories? Because with those elbows, they're perfect for holding rifles, you know. So let's take a look real quick. Let's take this off. So here's the original. This is as much as we got. That was awful. It's because of where this was molded. Here we go. Immediately you could see we're getting a better bend. Still would have preferred double jointed, but you know, it is what it is. And here's Pyre, who looks like, yeah. So again, I mean, I don't know if you guys bothered to army build this the first time around, but he's back. Or they're back, and might be worth getting now. Great, what is happening here? So yeah, that's the other trooper and builder. That's not true. There's one more builder, and we'll jump into that guy in a second. But yeah, you know, is it worth more? $20? Is it worth army building some more? Maybe, up to you. I still prefer classic trilogy Stormtrooper. That's just me. Doesn't mean I don't like this one though. So let's move on. So here we go, the Offworld Jawa from the Mandalorian. So presumably a background character. I mean, that'd be fantastic if there was a main character Jawa in this show. But given that he doesn't have a name and he's just Offworld Jawa, well. So darker color than our standard Jawas. Looking pretty good. They went with soft goods this time around. Granted, that's, you'll see right now. Sorry, I'm thinking. Because they kept the Jawa arms. As you can see, the original arms are here under the sleeves. However, there is no skirt. So these are presumably the legs. And I mean, they likely are. The legs underneath the Jawa, the original release. So let's just get that Jawa out. These look great together, man. Oh no, our Jawa buddy. So you can see it's basically a repaint. Yeah, the soft goods part is new, but we're getting less figure, if that makes sense. We're getting less plastic. We got soft goods though. So yeah, these legs look just like what's under here. So we can get a better look here. This is basically the same figure, just with soft goods. It has the same plastic arms. They're just underneath there. Different color bandolier, same weapons, same weird plug-in gun. The heads are identical, so you can see the folds and the creases of their little hood. But you know what? Again, I always say some paint apps, little minor accessory swap go a long way. I might get a couple of these guys. They look great. I love that going off-world, they somehow changed their color. I guess they don't necessarily need to blend into the desert. So, and why his eyes are now red. I don't know, man. Kid leaves college and look what happens. So, you know, bird leaves the nest. They go a little crazy. So a little party Jawa. But again, we've seen this figure before. I don't know if I necessarily need to go into articulation, but yeah, it looks good. You know, I don't know which I prefer. You know, the soft goods or the plastic goods. I think, yeah, I don't have a favorite. I like them both, man. And I definitely want, I don't know, I got quite a few of these. You know, they ended up being super cheap. So real quick, here's a bag full of Jawas. And yeah, I look forward to checking out this guy in The Mandalorian. See, I think I'm going to skip. Maybe I shouldn't because of the legs. Let's at least look at the legs, but crazy range of motion there. Do you have a thigh cut? Is there a thigh? Yeah, there's a thigh cut. Oh, there's barely any movement in that leg. But, you know, you got your pivot. So there was some articulation there that just wasn't being used. Money not well spent on the previous release. Oh, and you got to watch out for these. God darn it. So take a match, burn them off. Awesome. He looks good, man. I mean, he was one of the ones that caught my eye when these started leaking out. And just so you know, I picked these up at Frankenson's. So I won't mention the vendor, but, and I wasn't looking for these at all. You know, I just saw an Offworld Jawa on the shelf and asked if they had a set, and they did. And it was for retail, which was the biggest surprise of all. But totally stoked. But to be fair, look at all the other Force Friday releases. I mean, to this day, the Last Jedi stuff is still on the shelf. So Star Wars love, just not what it used to be. All right, let's move on to the new sculpts and the cool new characters. So real quick, I kind of lied about new sculpts and moving on to those because this is 95% reuse, I'd say. So this is Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. And the helmet here and the cape, believe it or not, are the new pieces. So let's get a look at this helmet. Now, why couldn't someone just manufacture him a new helmet? I don't know. I don't know if this adds or takes away anything from the original look of this, but I don't mind it. I don't mind the red. Looks pretty cool. All red cracks, piece it together, although it looked completely unusable when he shattered it in The Last Jedi. The other thing, like I mentioned, is the cape. So yes, it's the same cape that draped over, but there's some, you know, we got this hood edition, which pops off. You could see there's square pegs here on the actual cloak itself that plug in and allow it to be draped. It's easy to plug in, but he also comes with a hood up version, which is also the same. It has some holes there, holes there. Sorry about that. Jittering the camera. Just move it. There we go. So let's get this on him. I don't think this sits well, unfortunately. I think it looks a little bit silly. So I don't know. You let me know what you think. I think when he looks up, it kind of looks okay. but then it looks like his neck is just sticking out too far. So, but yeah, I don't think it rests on his head as much as I would like. This is one of those instances where maybe soft goods would have been better, or somebody else could make another cloak, because this is essentially, let's take a look at this. Oh, it is not. I thought it was just a modified version of that cape, but it isn't. So here's the Last Jedi Kylo Ren with cape draped over. Here's Kylo Ren, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So again, as you can see, just a ton of reused parts with the exception of the capes. So let's get rid of these. So the head does look a little bigger. And that's why it looks a little odd to me with that cape. But look at the bodies. Look at the hands. Very similar. Maybe the plastic is a little different. A little glossier on one. The way it dips in here. No, it's there too. I was going to say, yeah, you could see the folds. I mean, it's identical, man. And it's no fault of Hasbro's, really. If Disney, Lucasfilm aren't changing up the design of the character, and they feel this is a hot character to just keep redoing and remaking, then, you know, what are they going to do? So I would have liked an unmasked Kylo Ren head, because we haven't had an Adam Driver with the face print technology other than this one from Comic-Con. And this was just very damaged Kylo Ren. Battle damaged Kylo Ren, rather, from the battle on Starkiller Base with Rey. There we go. Yeah, I would have, you know, I still want a Adam Driver, given how great the Rey face came out. Quick preview. Daisy. There you go. I'd like them to take another stab at Kylo. So an unmasked Kylo. Hopefully we'll get another Kylo. Maybe his costume changes at some point. I don't know. But anything to get me that real print Kylo Ren Adam Driver head would be awesome. So yeah, that's another reuse. And you know, now that I'm thinking about it, is Rey kind of a bunch of reused parts too? We'll have to compare her to the original release. God, I don't even know where that figure is. All right, focusing on here. I mean, we don't need to go over articulation. And I apologize for those of you who do want to see that, but real quick, here's Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with the now deceased Supreme Leader Snoke and Emperor Palpatine. So the head on this was an Old Boy CTTS custom. I mean, man, this made this character pop. Look at that. I don't even know if I have the old head anymore to just kind of compare to show you how whack that one is. But definitely pre-print scan, face scan technology. But there you go. You know, I'm sure we'll see Kylo with the Emperor in this new film, so let's move on. Just really quick, forgot to mention Kylo comes with an unlit lightsaber hilt and his lightsaber. So again, nothing new. This is something we've seen with every Kylo Ren release. All right, true, moving on. All right, I was excited about this one. This is the second sister Inquisitor. Now, if you were a fan of Star Wars Rebels and watched Star Wars Rebels, we saw some Inquisitors there. 3 different ones, I believe. Maybe a 4th, I think, in the Darth Maul episode. I could be wrong, but we finally got an Inquisitor figure, and it's none of those characters. But this is awesome, man. She looks really good. It is, like I said, the second sister. Oh, I got a lot of figures in front of me. I'm trying to make some arm room. Okay, let's take a look at this. Look at that Empire logo on her cape. Helmet looking fantastic. It's almost a mix of Imperial officer slash Sith Lord. So, I mean, this looks great. They're not Sith Lords. They're not even, they're fallen Jedis, I believe, right? I know some were Jedi Temple Guards, at least the main Inquisitor was. Let me get this off so we can take a look at that later. But looking fantastic, man. This is a great figure. Oh, mine's got some scuffage there, but it's all right. We'll call it battle damage. These boots. So this cape is removable, and she comes with replacement shoulder pads. I'll show you that in a second. Look at that face, man, or that helmet. I love it. So good, man. Combinations of kind of Vader, Kylo's helmet, Trooper-esque type of visor. So good. All right, let's get this off. You can see it has these little rectangular pegs that go in there. So here are the shoulder blades. So I think this one, how'd they go? Let's match. Yeah, that's how. I should have did this off camera because I feel this is going to be a pain in the ass if you have bigger hands or you're just kind of goofy with your fingers. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Yeah, I prefer the cape. So, again, but look at this figure, man. Oh, man, I'm seeing some QC issues there, at least in paint, but it's all right. Like I said, I'm going to keep the paint, keep the cape on her. Other than that, clean lines, clean silver applications there. Nice glossy plastic for the helmet, the shoulder pads, gloves, and the boots. Ah, man, this looks good. I'm a fan. I don't know about you. Again, as mentioned, I'm a big gamer, hence the lack of videos, because I've just been gaming. But I am excited for Jedi Fallen Order. I think Respawn is a fantastic developer. Titanfall is great. Titanfall 2 is really good. I haven't played Apex. I don't care for Battle Royale, but this, man, this game I think is going to be awesome. And I'll be bummed if it isn't. But it's Star Wars canon, so you're interested in what's going on. Story-wise, at least with these set of characters, check it out. So let's back up a bit. Quickly checking out her lightsaber. So if you've seen Star Wars Rebels, it kind of has a silly feature where they kind of hold on here. And this turns around and it can be used like to help them land, sort of a helicopter-like. It doesn't help them fly away, but I think it helps them land from high distances. It looks good, fairly clean. Like, where would orange paint even come from? Oh, that was like a crumb, Jesus. Sorry about that. But it looks good. Do these, yeah, these come off. These feel like they're gonna be a pain in the ass. No. So there you go. That is technically the hilt of this lightsaber. Again, kind of silly functionality in the shows, but looks awesome, man. I mean, they don't really get, they get a standard issue, I guess. Double-bladed lightsaber, since they're not Sith, they're not Jedi, so looks good. Her hands pretty tight too, so whatever, you know, these fingers are kind of, it's a stiffer plastic, so there we go. She looks good holding it though, you know. And there goes that shoulder pad. So yeah. I feel the articulates. Take these stupid things off. Oh my God, I'm bumping everything. It's been a minute. I'm so rusty. Sorry about that. All right. We're going to dive in. I'm just like diving into articulation. All right. Appropriate introduction. We're going to dive into articulation. So head can look up that far. Head can look down. Only about that far. It's not on a hinge, it's on a ball. And Star Wars doesn't pop off as easily as Marvel Legends, so I don't want to stress anything. They're brand new. Don't want to break them. Full rotation, obviously, you could get some tiltage. Looks good. Moving on to the arms. For both arms, they go up about that far. You get full rotation. You'll obviously be hindered and or knock these shoulder pads off otherwise. But there you go. Sticking to arms. So you get a swivel there. And you can see where the hinge is. So you get some decent range, man. Pretty good range. Look at that. No bicep cut. Arms a little too thin. Down to hands. This hand has an up-down motion. This is kind of sloppily painted. At least mine is. So up, down. The other hand does up, down as well. So the side to side type of hinge, which would be great for blaster and sword wielders or lightsaber welders. For the body, there's no ab crunch, nothing like that, but you get a nice rotation there at the waist. So, you know, you get your swivel, but you get that rotation as well. Kind of not too far forward. You get some side to side too. Pretty good, decent enough. Onto her hips. They go out that far, forward that far, back only so far. It's kind of hindered. This is somewhat pliable. So that's definitely not a crumb. So where would green paint come from? There's not even any green on this figure or her accessories. But thigh cut as well. Looking good. Line it up with the stripe in the pants. As for knees, we get double jointed knees. Looking awesome. That's a good range. And that applies to both legs. Snow calf cut. Oh, I lied. I could see it. No, I am a liar. So no calf cut. I thought there'd be a boot cut, but that's some far. Oh shit, no, this is almost broken. This is a broken hinge on mine, so I gotta be careful. Maybe this one will be a little better. So back that far, forward that far. You gotta work it, and you know what? I'm not comfortable about it, but you get your swivel or your pivot as well. Yeah, worried about this. I got a broken hook there. There we go. There's a crack. So some QC issues. Paint, broken hinge there. It's fine. It still works, but still kind of shitty. Again, and these aren't even the first editions. You know, all of my packages were black, so theoretically there are no. They were probably manufactured at the same time. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her, fighting her. Maybe they'll reveal her identity in Fallen Order. A lot of people speculated it was Barriss Offee, but who knows, man? Can't wait to see. Let's move on. So here is Rey Skywalker, question mark. The latest Rey from the Rise of Skywalker. She comes with her lightsaber, her staff, since, you know, we've seen since Force Awakens, her blaster that Han Solo gave her in The Force Awakens, and D-O, the newest droid that Disney felt we needed another droid, I guess, to get more merchandise out of. They were like, how can we top BB-8 in terms of cuteness? Anyway, so here is Rey up close. That face looks fantastic. I do have some blemishes and marks from the paint, but they're minor. Again, that highlighted pink mark there, there's nothing on her or has been around her or anything to have that. Anyway, some weird frayed, you know, you could pretend they're frayed hairs or whatever, brown. Her suit is looking white. I'm guessing if they reuse footage from The Last Jedi. Jesus, dude, look at that. So many. This is why, guys, wait. Let's be honest, man. A lot of these figures are going to end up on the shelves forever. Some of us are impatient. I just love Star Wars, man. I want new figures. I'm excited about the movie. I'm excited about this game. I'm excited about this TV show. So there's going to be some QC issues. I'm just glad there's not QC issues to the joints yet. Oh, wait, my Inquisitor. But let's take everything off of her and enjoy. This was on her. I don't think this could come off. No, there's no. So again, this face, very much Daisy Ridley-like. I thought they nailed it again with this last one. And they kind of did. I think, though, it's just the shape of the face, the cheeks, the chin. You know, they almost got it here. They got it here. She looks good. I don't even want to bring out the Force Awakens one. You've seen the head. But I think I repainted mine and it just looked goofy. So I like the white contrasting with this tan stuff. This new little satchel there. Again, there's the blaster Han Solo gave her in The Force Awakens. These sashes straighten down. It's this one's a little thick. They're all. It's pliable here, not so pliable here. This is very pliable as well. So they're attached to this kind of like skirt piece there. Holsters pretty tightly buttoned down to that thigh. Starts there and is kind of like glued on or pegged in or something. Boots, pants, knees look good. Again, I don't know what the heck. How does this happen? Oh God, look, this makes it look like I did this. And I swear to God, this has been out of the package for less than 24 hours. I did none of this. The kid hasn't even had a chance to look at these. So keep in mind, it's paint, by the way. It's not anything gross. So if toys are real and come to life at night, she just went and had an adventure. So let's take a look at D-O. So here's D-O again, the latest cutest droid. He comes with a little stand to help him stand. This thing is tiny. It's awful. It's hard to handle. So basically he rests. See, it's gone. Gone forever. That's that. Luckily, if you get the right angle on the wheel, he will stand. I'm saying that now. I swear I did it off camera. Here we go. Like there, maybe. See? So as you saw, his little rotation there. Here's the other side of him. His head is on a minor ball head. This looks like a little lampshade or a little lamp. And what's cool is these little antennae, whatever, on tiny little ball joints. So you can move him around. He's kind of expressive through that. You know, it works, man. He looks a little like alert there. Kind of calm there. But yeah, it's awesome. It's a nice touch for such a tiny figure. Again, that stand is bananas. I mean, I would have just rather they had some clear plastic I could have, you know, placed him on. Paint looks good. He looks dirty. I'm sure they find this guy. BB-8 probably finds this guy in the movie. But yeah, good work from Hasbro. And if you haven't seen, they're coming out with the larger D-O that, you know, does balance thanks to the gyroscopes in it. Looks cute. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I mean, maybe because I'm from the original trilogy era, kind of. I mean, I was born when Empire came out or after. I was born between Empire and Jedi, but R2-D2 is just, you know, he was cute, but he was badass still. You know, BB-8 to me is just cute. I've never thought of him as badass. And this dude, I mean, God, what can he do to make us feel like he's a badass? So he's probably going to fall over now. We'll just rest him there and move on. All right, here's Rey's lightsaber, which isn't focusing. Rey's lightsaber, which is not focusing. Stay focused. Okay. I gotta leave my hand there. It does come out. Blade does come out as usual. Looks good. It's a nice dark blue. Some gold there, some brown. Apparently this is pieces of Leia and Luke's combined. For all I know, it could just be Luke's. My eye just doesn't recognize the hilts like that. So call me out, please. The blaster that Han Solo gave her, again, fits in her holster, and her staff here, which this time kind of disconnects there. So, you know, I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's just to make a better... I mean, you don't need to do that. You could just kind of drape it over her. So, I don't know if it's a hidden lightsaber or what, but we'll see. One more quick comparison with the awful real print scan face tech thing that I never name right or consistently. From Galaxy's Edge. Man, just look how much cuter that face is. This, you know, I'm sure the woman they base this off of is very pretty since this isn't her head, but it's just not Daisy Ridley. It's not the actress at the parks because there's multiple, but yeah, man, this is good. This is a good head sculpt / scan. Very happy. So moving on to her articulation. She can look up that far. She can look down pretty far. That's pretty good. Some tilted. She's not amused with you. Come on, dude. Awesome. As for her arms, both go out This feels like it's gonna snap. Jesus Christ. That looks weird though. You know, there's a mask growing in her armpit, so I don't like that. But full rotation. Full rotation. This one any easier? No, I don't like that. It's reminding me of Toy Biz Marvel Legends with the big balls for shoulders. It's just kind of weird that this is happening to that. They seem to have like this weird hinge that, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's not rotating right in the center. It just kind of like scoops out that way. I think that's what's happening right there. But since I moved on to her elbows, that's what you see now. This is a pain. This is just coming off as I'm posing her. As for hands, as you can see, this has the forward back. This has the side to side, which is awesome. I'm glad they're doing that. Looks good. Oh, come on, man. Bend, dude. There you go. Torso, we get, just like the Inquisitor, this cool swivel ball joint there. So no ab, no diaphragm. Just they're hoping this is enough for you guys. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. As for hips, definitely going to be hindered. I lied. Look at that. That's not bad. But they're hindered. You can see this loopy thing, sash here, is pushing it down. This one got away. Pretty good. Forward that far. I don't want to do it with this one because the holster is attached to a separate piece. So be careful with that, man. You might rip this off her thigh. Thigh cut. Double jointed knees. Again, geez, man. These sashes and other shit just get in the way. It's ruining playability, guys. Back to those sashes. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want these as soft goods though, but somewhere. No cut, no boot cut, no shin, but there you go. Forward, back, and great pivot per usual. So this is a must get, man. Here she is next to Kylo Ren. As I adjust, I figured let's get Palpatine in here since I'm sure they're gonna fight each other at some point. So he's a short, frail man. She's looking awesome. She's the better of these three, guarantee, at least in my opinion. Looking good, man. Yeah, this is a gorgeous figure, you know. There's maybe some reuse. I don't know. No? I mean, similar use. And I said I was going to bring out the Force Awakens version. Honestly, I have that buried and put away. It wasn't a good figure, guys. I'm wondering if this is similar enough to that figure where you could just kind of repaint her to look like that. You know, I got this one, which looks, I mean, they're soft goods and stuff, so it's not necessarily a good comparison, but yeah, awesome figure, man. I'd really recommend picking up this Rey. Again, if for the head sculpt alone, they knocked it out of the park with that. Daisy really should be happy with that. All right, this is another character I was looking forwad to. This is Kestis. He is the Jedi or Padawan playable character in EA's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Again, looking forward to this figure. It's always cool to have Jedis, you know, at least in my opinion. I'm shocked at the very little amount of Jedis we've gotten in the Black Series, considering how many there were in the prequel trilogy and Clone Wars. Anyway, minor complaint aside, I do have minor complaints about him. This is him with BD-1, his droid. Yeah, let's take a closer look. So it looks like the actor. I forget his name. But the biggest thing to call out is this hair just is not red enough. And all the shots, all the videos we've seen, his hair is kind of combed back a bit. Maybe later in the game it gets a little disheveled, but it's a little too shiny. I feel like the print isn't as clear as it can be or it should be, but it's acceptable nonetheless, I think. I like it. So let's take a look at the paint apps on this figure. He has some, like a partial vest. I don't know how to describe that. Partial poncho. This almost looks like it's this type of pattern the snowtroopers used. But this predates that Battle of Hoth. I'm sure there were snowtroopers in the Alliance before that. This looks good. Nice browns, nice beiges. connected to his belt there. This somewhat bandolier. I don't know what that is. Hands look good. This rolled up sleeve in one with a little bracelet, leather bracelet there. Gloved hand. It's just kind of weird. Maybe he has a mechanical arm under here. I don't know. It just seems weird to wear one glove, Michael Jackson style. So belt look good. Paint apps. Different various tools and maybe weapons. I don't know what this is, but it's kind of folding over. It's gonna bend. Pants, black pants, some little trinkets or what there. It's just kind of odd how they're dirty here, you know. Granted, they're a separate piece here, but you know, it would have been nice to see this dirt or this mud continue upward. It's just a hard stop right there. Something you customizers can fix on your own. He does have little knee pads. Boots aren't high. They're just above the ankles, or, you know, who knows where the boot stops. This could be a separate strap, separate piece. They look good. Very stylized. Little buckle on the shoes there. Awesome. As for BD-1, cute. I mean, even the campaign mode of Battlefront 2, the character had a droid. So, I mean, does everybody need a droid? Does everybody need a droid companion? Do they all need to be cute at this point? Is that a BB-8 mandate? I don't know. It's just a minor, just calling it out. It's not a complaint. You can see he's articulated. His legs are kind of like the hind legs of a four-legged animal, or ATST. This looks like the binoculars, our monoculars, or whatever. So he looks like he could be a makeshift droid. In the game, he rests on your back, kind of similar to that. It would have been nice to have pegs or something, you know, for these feet to slide into. So you guys can probably do that. Oh my God, why don't you tell me I was off camera, people? So again, in the game, he rests there. So you customizers could slice some slits into this vest. Should be easy enough. And have him rest on the back of Kestis. So I like to see that. I might give that a try myself. This is a soft enough plastic you could heat. Literally just some slits in his feet. Should be able to just slide in there. So I went ahead and did it. There's a couple slices. For all I know, I put it on the wrong side, but I like the way this looks. Foot's literally in. Oh, that foot popped out. So I literally just sliced and was able to shove his foot in. It's ugly, but from the front, I like it. So, I mean, something that small, you know, I would say even in real life, man, the little things go a long way, and something like that would have really made this figure pop and been awesome. But it is still a great figure. Kestis' lightsaber. Look at this hilt, man. This is crazy, you know. This could be makeshift. Look at that. It looks like kind of broken there, and it's really long. Looks like it could have been a piece of a double-bladed lightsaber. This blade does pop out as well. Maybe I'm lying. Oh, I thought all lightsaber blades. I'm not going to force it, guys. So but this looks awesome. You know, very unique hilt. It's really long. Again, I think it's a part. Must have been a part of a double-bladed lightsaber. Got his own blue crystal in there, though. So, all right. Let's move on to articulation. All right, Cal can look up that far, which is really good. Look down that far. So he has a rotation there at the top of the neck and there at the base of the neck, at the throat. So you're moving, you can see that. Some tilt, some really good tiltage, holy cow. So, and obviously left, right. It's a little, feels a little loose, but it's not like, you know, that type of loose. For his shoulders, they might be hindered by the plastic there, so go up that far, all the way around. I have a drop because I heated it up with some water. See, it's kind of ugly, but whatever. It looks battle damaged. Anyway, back to the articulation again. That counts for both arms. At the elbows, so you could see they're different, but they're the same, if that makes sense. This was clearly another color. They colored it flesh, and it looks weird, and you could see it rubbing off there. It looks awful. Maybe they felt it was too pale. Look at the color that's underneath. So maybe they felt it was just too dull of a flesh tone. I don't know, because this looks brighter than, you know, this plastic used up here. I don't know, made for a sloppy looking toy, but sloppy in the arm at least. There you go, that far there, that far there. It's pretty much nearly the same range of motion. This looks like it wants to go more, but the sleeve is preventing it, the rolled up sleeve. So, as for hands, you could see, since this is his presumably lightsaber wielding hand, so you got the side to side hinge there, and you got the forward and back hinge here. Awesome. So finally we're seeing some diaphragm in addition to waist. So you got that crazy swivel there, helps you go back that far, forward that far, and then nothing at the hips. Oh man, I spoke too soon. I really thought we had additional hip articulation or swivel there. We do not. Maybe mine is stuck. I mean, it looks like it, right? Nope. Bummer. It's all right, though. Legs go out that far. Forward this far. Double jointed knees on both with your classic thigh cut. Again, that hard stop. Just a little weird with the paint deco there. And no boot cut, but we get our forward and back and our pivot. So here's Cal Kestis next to the second sister, the Inquisitor. This is 2 of 3, technically 4 Fallen Jedi figures we're getting. We're also getting a Purge Stormtrooper, our Purge Trooper, which is believed to be the figure that comes with the GameStop Collector's Edition. And it's in standard Black Series packaging. I'll put a picture here. I was fortunate enough to see that in real life. That's my photo. So if you've seen that around, that's my photo. It's not numbered, so it's in Black Series packaging. And again, rumored to come with the game. The reason I'm sorry, I'm like lost in thought, but I want to say, because it's packaged individually, I want to say maybe GameStop's going to sell those as well individually. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. And hopefully something to army build. I hate when a trooper is exclusive to a set or a store, or it's not a store, sorry, exclusive to something expensive like the game. So hopefully we can army build these Purge Stormtroopers, because they look to be aplenty in the game, and it looks to be quite a bit. But yeah, these two look great together. Cal looks awesome. Again, I wish his hair was a little more red. I mean, that guy is a true redhead, man. So that actor, he's pretty good. He was played like the Joker in Gotham. So let's move on to my most, and probably your most anticipated figure in this wave, the Mandalorian. So I apologize if lighting changed. I lost power on one of these lights. Yeah, it's daytime, but I mean, you could see the difference there. Not too bad, but we'll get some light on him. So yeah, this is the Mandalorian, man. I was so stoked to get this figure. Looking forward to the show. I'm sure you all are. It gives you that classic trilogy vibe. So excited, man. So excited for that show. And here's the figure, man. Oh man, I just thought of the hot toy that you know is coming. Sorry. Just thinking. I'm in love. Let's look at the detail on this guy. Look at that. Dirty Mandalorian helmet, but still shiny as well. It looks as if you've seen trailers, different clips, it looks like he upgrades his armor as the show goes on. So hopefully we're going to get more Mandalorian figures as time goes on. So let's take a look at him here. Look at that chest plate. Some rust or lack of paint there. Look at that cloak, looks awesome. Got his weird rifle. I don't know what the name of that is. We saw that with Boba Fett in the holiday special. Boba Fett's first appearance. So gauntlets look great. Gloves look great. Belt, straps, all painted nicely, man. They went all out with this figure. This is going to be a hot seller. This is going to be a hot freaking figure. There is an alternate version. I just lost his gun. Here it is. There is an alternate version at Target. It's copper. I think just these parts are kind of shinier. And they're doing that with Sith Trooper. They're doing that with the Inquisitor. And they're doing that with a figure we don't have, which is the First Order Rocket Trooper, I think. That's going to be a Walmart exclusive. Sith Trooper will be an Amazon exclusive. Mandalorian is a Target exclusive. And these are just carbonized versions, the shiny versions. And one more, the Sith Inquisitor is GameStop. So again, not necessary. They're just shiny, chrome, metallic looking versions of characters you've already seen here, and you may already have if you buy the full wave. So, man, this is good. This is a good looking figure. I never would have thought, you know, we would have seen something this awesome coming in. I think Star Wars is best as a television series, as a serial. The way it was meant to be, the way it was inspired by. Clone Wars, I think, is some of the best Star Wars material ever, even better than some of the films. It's just better to tell a story over a big length of time, a big chunk of time. Clone Wars had like 5-6 episode arcs for just one story, and it was fantastic. So looking forward to that. I think Mandalorian is 8 episodes. So 8 weeks of Mandalorian, and then they're already working on season 2. Hopefully that goes a little longer, 10 episodes. And presumably that's just going to be one arc. You know, I would love just to see Mandalorian forever. So what do we know about the Mandalorian? Played by Pedro Pascal, Game of Thrones, other awesome roles, Narcos. What do we know? What do we know? Nothing, which is awesome. We haven't heard him speak. If he speaks at all, I'm sure he does. I think it's safe to assume we're already in love with this guy because of how badass he looks. Same reason why we love Boba Fett. This dude has his own show. I think it's safe to say he probably won't go out like a punk. No offense to Boba Fett fans. I was a Cad Bane guy anyway. But let's take a look at this. I don't know what this is. I don't know the name again, but it looks fantastic. It's painted well. I think Hasbro really did a great freaking job with this figure. This is the quality All Black Series figure should be. Here he is. This is the gun that was in his holster. I don't know the name. Maybe you guys do. I don't think it's anything we've seen before. But let's just go ahead and look at this dude's articulation. Up that far, down that far. Isn't necessarily hindered by the cape around his neck. Full rotation. So, again, like I said, his armor upgrades throughout the season. Maybe even between seasons. I'd like to see more figures representing that armor. I think he gets a little fancier. We don't know if he's ever unmasked, but if he is, there's another opportunity for another action figure there. The crew, we know we're getting a Cara Dune figure and an IG-11 figure. Now, I don't know how different. I know the bandolier and stuff is a little bit different. I don't know if he's a shorter droid either. He looks like he would be, but whatever. You know, here's a little sneak preview, but awesome. Back to articulation, full rotation there. So you can see his shoulder pad kind of slides up on the actual shoulder there. So you can get that up movement. It's pretty good. It's because it's a pliable material. You could see there. Same with this one. Cape isn't necessarily hindering anything. Awesome. Pretty good engineering there. We're going to swivel and single jointed elbow, both sides. I'm not going to do the cuts here. We're just going to do it. We're getting up, down there, side to side there, which is awesome. They've knocked that out with all figures. Really quick, let me go back to the new Kylo and see if they did that for him. They did. But is the old Kylo that way? I don't even know. Where's my old Kylo? He is. Okay. Cool. Back to the man of the minute. Where are we at? Waist. It's got that diaphragm. Again, there's no ab crunch on this figure or any of the figures in this wave. Legs are out that far. Forward that far. Immediately hindered by these thigh guards. Back only so far. He does have a thigh cut. So as you can see, this piece of armor is connected to this thigh, not the hip joint. Double jointed knees on both knees. Different knee pads on each knee. So you could see they just kind of break down a little differently there. No boot cut on either boot. But, you know, forward, back, and a pivot. This figure is fantastic and an absolute must get. I guarantee you he's going to be the harder one to come by. I'm actually a little worried about ever finding that carbonized version from Target. So So here is the Mandalorian with Boba Fett, a clone in Mandalorian armor, and Sabine Wren, an actual Mandalorian. They look great together. Different generations of Mandalorian armor, although I don't know how old the Boba Fett stuff is. I didn't pull out Jango Fett. I apologize for that. But yeah, man, they look great together. Although, again, he's dead by the time the show airs, I believe. She's looking for looking for Ezra with Ahsoka. But that's it, man. That is it. That is the latest wave. And from what we've seen with the next wave, assuming it's the next wave, we got, I think her name's Jana from episode 9. We got a C-3PO with bandolier and crossbow. We got the Purge Trooper, again, that's exclusive. We got a Commander Fox coming, not necessarily in a wave. They're saying he's coming on Force Friday at GameStop, but there's been no pictures. I went ahead and pre-ordered him. You guys should go ahead and do that. I think the clone commanders get pretty hard to come by, so, you know, scoop him up. So there's a lot of good Star Wars on the line. You know, hopefully the toy line is alive and well. They went deep with Solo, so I hope they go deep with Mandalorian. I hope they go deep with Episode 9. You know, I'd like an updated Poe that's dressed like Nathan Drake. I'd like an updated Finn. Updated everyone pretty much. And again, that unmasked Kylo. You know, I'd like to see the real, the print scan, face tech print thingy. All on that. But thank you. I'm sorry I've been gone again. Video games, man. They're good. They're fun. And it's only going to get better. So I'll try to pump out videos as I can. You know, Entertainment Earth wanted to charge me for the next Marvel Legends wave, but I might wait. I'm okay with waiting. The holidays are coming up. My son's birthday's coming up. I don't necessarily need those right away. And it seems like Marvel Legends aren't hard to come by if you order by the case online. So thank you again. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Notification bell, cliche things YouTubers say. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you soon.